LEGO Speed Champions is becoming my favorite theme. In January 2026, not only are we getting that Lightning McQueen, but we're getting a Back to the Future time machine set, the DeLorean, which is the best minifigure DeLorean we've gotten yet. I mean, to be fair, it's compared to the 2013 Ideas version, which looks primitive compared to this. That looks like a 1999 licensed Star Wars set compared to this right here. This is incredible. I absolutely love how this came out. Finally, they got the hood flat. Okay, it's not slanted down, but at least it doesn't have those weird raises with the tiles that 2013 version had. But this looks fantastic at the front there. I like the windshield piece they used there, which surprisingly works. Like, look, this is the first time we're getting a DeLorean where those side windows actually have a replication of glass to them, because we never had those closed off in any of the DeLorean builds. Okay, unless you count the miniature LEGO Dimensions version. The big scale one actually did have the front windscreen at least, but that original Ideas one had none of that. That existing cockpit with an exclusive print to capture the gray roof and everything there works fine in my opinion. Now this is actually a 2-in-1 build. The original Ideas set had wheels where you could push them downward to replicate, you know, the ending of Back to the Future 1 or the Back to the Future 2 version where it's flying. In this new 2026 Speed Champions version, that's something that you actually have to rebuild the whole set to replicate, which I know will be frustrating to some people. But on the other hand, this has the option to build it as the first version or the second version. The build for the first movie has the lightning rod and the nuclear reactor, which uses an obscure LEGO Dots piece for the first time in yellow, which is really neat. I'm digging that printed dish piece it's attached to. The second movie has the Mr. Fusion as the power source, which is actually a really nice print. Something we didn't get with the LEGO Ideas version as a print. It was just kind of like an unprinted piece. So that's really welcome. But both versions have a binocular piece for the tachyon pulse generator. I like the use of that newer bar piece in that dark blue right there, which is on both versions. And then you have the reactor cooling vents at the back on both versions as well, as it should be. You can see the new license plate in this picture. We don't have any picture of the first movie's version, but you could see that in the 360 video, so the screenshot I have here is a little bit grainy, which is something that we also got in that original Idea set. And I would imagine the time calculator inside the cockpit will give us a different version than the one you see here, which is based off of the dates from the first movie. Unfortunately, that looks to be a sticker. The one from the Idea set was a print. The meters at the right also seem to be a sticker as well. And yeah, this has quite a few stickers. You could see that the hubcaps are stickered. Sticker for this 2x6 tile and this corner 1x2. The DeLorean tile at the back is a sticker too. Seemingly these cheese slopes towards the back. That's going to be pretty annoying to put on. Seemingly a new 1x3 cheese slope piece uses a sticker at the front, but yeah, that's a really welcome piece. Of course, it has the DeLorean DMC logo. There's stickered headlights, which I could see annoying some people there, and that's used twice. But what takes up the most stickers are the flux bands, which are all translucent blue pieces here. You can see there's 1x2 tiles of such. Sloped 1x2s, a 1x1 tile, which that will be really annoying to sticker on. More at the back, including some macaroni corner tile pieces. On one hand, that's such a stark detail to capture. I love the complementary colors that they have going on there. Like somehow the silverish sticker, which might just be a base gray, but it looks like there might be a little shine to it, on those translucent blue pieces is a really cool way of capturing the flux bands. On the other hand, I'm a little bit put off because it just seems like those are a little bit oversized for what they're trying to capture on the DeLorean in the movie. Like, it's almost a bit distracting. The biggest loss for me, which is something that was present in the Ideas version, is that this doesn't have opening doors, which means you don't have gull wing doors. But I mean, Speed Champion sets have never had doors that open, so it almost has an excuse not to have the gull wing doors. but dang is that kind of missed from the original version, and it's such an iconic part of that vehicle. Still, I love the rest of this set, and I think LEGO did an amazing job capturing this in a Speed Champion set that's only $28, which is mind-blowing to me. They single-handedly murdered all the LEGO Batman Batmobiles releasing in March 2026, which are all $30, so $2 more, and have way less pieces. I mean, 357 pieces for $30 is great in 2026. I still think those have good prices, but it's weird how none of those have 2 minifigures, and this is the first Speed Champion set that's $30 with 2 minifigures. The worst part is that there's that Batman and Robin Batmobile with 272 pieces, so this nearly has 100 more pieces and 2 minifigures when it's in the name of that Batmobile, Batman and Robin, to include 2 minifigures, and they just have 1 Batman minifigure in there. That's a bad look for DC. Don't get me wrong, I like that those are way cheaper than recent Batmobiles, but this set is putting those sets to shame. And speaking of the minifigures in this set, LEGO played the long game. You see, back in 2022, they released the $200 DeLorean time machine set for Back to the Future, which had 1,872 pieces, and that had 2 minifigures, which were the Back to the Future 2 Marty McFly and Doc Brown. This set has the Back to the Future 1 Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Even though it was released back in 2022, it's still on store shelves, it's still in stock and everything like that, which means you'll be able to get Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2 Marty and Doc. Now, the ones in this set have some interesting changes from the original Back to the Future Marty and Doc that we got not only in the Ideas set, but also later on in the Dimensions set, which was the first time we got the Doc Brown hair, which is used in this set. First off, face prints are different. This uses the face print Marty had in that 2022 set, which I don't like that much. I think the original face print used in Dimensions and Ideas was perfect. It captured Michael J. Fox's face just like perfectly, in my opinion, as a minifigure. I love what they did with the eyes. I think that really went a long way. And the new version got rid of the eyes and added these cheekbones that just look awkward. It doesn't really give off the Michael J. Fox look from these movies. I mean, it's the same hairpiece, and there's not really a perfect hairpiece that would work. I mean, you could say, oh, switch to the Han Solo hair, but yeah, I don't know if there's any that nail the look of Marty's hair from the movie, so that's not a big deal. My favorite part is actually something that's not exclusive to the set, which is that vest part that is part of his jacket. That's something that was introduced in LEGO Dreams that I didn't even notice was introduced in Dreams, and I was like, oh, that's a really cool new piece, and I was like, oh, wait, no, that's a Dreams piece. But that's awesome. That fits the outfit from the movie perfectly. And that means underneath, we're going to have the first time that we're getting that first, like, well, I guess it's like another jacket without any printing for the red part, which is going to look interesting. Also, if you're not familiar with that vest piece, there's actually a stud at the back. The design for Doc Brown is very similar to the one that we got with Dimensions and Ideas, but it is a new face print, I believe, unless that was used for like a Harry Potter professor and I didn't notice it. And then a new torso print as well. Not a big change there, but still really welcome to just get new prints. Notice how the back of Doc's torso has some really cool printing with some tools there. I like that. Would have been cool if they threw an Einstein, but I mean, already getting 2 minifigures for a Speed Champion set at this price is revolutionary, so I'm not complaining at all. So yeah, I absolutely love this set. Now, I do feel bad for the Back to the Future 3 fans that we don't get the Back to the Future 3 version of the DeLorean in this set. That's the only one that they don't have a build for, which would have some changes like the hubcaps being that red, but unfortunately, I don't really care for Back to the Future 3. I mean, the original Ideas set did have the option to modify it to Back to the Future 3, so it had that leg up. Also, I feel like if they ever make another minifigure scale LEGO Back to the Future set and it's not the DeLorean, it would be the train from Back to the Future 3. Maybe they just throw in the Back to the Future 3 DeLorean in that set. Then again, a Hill Valley scene would just be an easy release. So let me know if you're as hyped for this set as I am. Subscribe here for more honest LEGO takes and the most recent LEGO news and commentary. Seriously, you commenting, you liking this video, and you subscribing helps out the channel so much. And thank you. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.